This is Matt for Into Boxing. I am delighted to be joined by the man formerly known as the Cinderella Man, because in his own words, people are just accepting you're just that good. IBO World Champion Maxi Hughes. Maxi, how's things, bud?
Good, we're finally here, fight week, weather's good, so exciting times ahead. This is like the fun bit now, to enjoy it, soak it up, soak in all this attention that you get. So it's just time to enjoy it now.
I saw you, I think it was the start of camp, you and Josh both came into camp pretty decent shape. I know you'd had that bit of an exhibition with each other, yeah. So we'll get all usual boring stuff out the way. How was camp? You look in good shape today. How are you feeling coming into this fight?
All good, supremely confident. Because I know what work I've put in. We say it's camp, but me and Josh knew about this, beginning of the year. So we were obviously, like you said, last year we did that exhibition, but we both had a little rest after us last fight, September, and then we've been back in, we've been working, we've been wanting dates earlier. So we've been working, since last fight. Had a little break at Christmas. I got COVID, so I had to have some time out, but yeah, we'll come back in and hit it hard from January really, and I've had some excellent sparring, sparring the likes of Josh Taylor, helping him out for his fight. Sparred Mark Leach, now current British champion. That was very, I'm so glad he won, a real nice kid, but one of the most, probably the trickiest kid, him and Gavin Rees, probably the trickiest lads I've ever sparred. So
it's like an eel, the way he sort of moves around, and you're gonna say you're not someone who just stands in the pocket, you're a mover as well, so I bet that we're just like trying to plait pace.
So the hardest bit about it is keeping that, not it's not a physical dogfight, it's a mental tactician, a tactical battle, and it's but all around great preparation, and I helped him, he helped me, we both did each other a favour, and I'm so happy for Mark that he got his British title.
Terrific fighter, I think, been underrated for many years, but a bit like yourself now, you sort of finally reaping the rewards of having the hard nights and realising what you want and putting onto it. You've got fond memories of Leeds. We're back in the place where I suppose your up-to-date career-defining moment came when you fought the guy who, was a big puncher, etc., did what he did against Tennyson, and everyone was like, it's another one where Max is sort of going to be against the odds and see what happens, and you completely whitewashed him on the scorecards. Is this a good feeling coming back into Leeds, knowing that this is what happened there and I'm motivated to do again?
It is, yeah, but at the same time I thought, right, it's just a clean slate. This is where we are now. Obviously different venue, but I'll get in there and I'll just do a job just like I did. I've prepared the same. It's just another fight. I've just got to get on and make sure that I do the business. But yeah, what a night that was. I mean, when we spoke before the fight leading up to it, I said this could be my career. No, I think I said it is going to be my career defining night. Like the Calzaghe Jeff Lacey fight, where it was like I say, it was a whitewash. I won every round with a 10-8 round in there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Your opponent Ryan Walsh, I saw Ryan in the Golden Contract final after he lost to Jazza, and I think he was in the dressing room. I'm not going to quote everything he said, but it was almost like a what do I do now kind of thing, and felt a bit down. And immediately after the fight, through everything he'd been through, you sort of feel certain things at the time. Do you almost think he's maybe in that position you were in, where he's looking, going, I need that win, I need to get on a run of things, and does that make you sort of switch on even more, knowing that he's coming to take away everything you've sort of gained in the last 24 months?
I suppose, yeah. When you look at everything that I've done, and Ryan, after he lost, he had a year out, didn't he? And he had a comeback. Yeah, he did. Comeback fight against Ronnie Clark December, so he'd had a year out. He's come back, decided to move up. But yeah, he's looking at this. He's thinking, I've got no to lose. I suppose, I ain't even thought about it, but the pressure, I suppose, is on me. But I'm looking at it thinking, I've got to get, I suppose it is a bit of pressure getting this out of the way. Look what I can, Eddie said it in the press conference to announce the show. Maxi, you're a win away from having that life-changing phone call. So I've got. No, I'm not thinking, just get through this. I'm not underestimating him. All that. Yeah. I learned the hard way back in amateur days of underestimating somebody. I'd boxed and beat somebody, come up against him again in championships, and I battered him, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I thought, I battered him. I'm going to easy win here. And in his mind, I didn't know at the time, but he were like, I ain't letting him do that to me again. I'm coming, I'm making and he beat me on points, and I was like, what's just happened? Yeah. And then, I was old enough to realise I'd underestimated him. I thought I just needed to turn up.
Yeah.
So, I learnt the hard way back then. So that is not something that I'm going to do, because, Ryan's got nothing to lose. No. This is a golden opportunity for him. He can come and undo everything that I've worked so hard for. So I ain't going to let that happen. I ain't going to let that happen at all.
You mentioned Eddie then, and what he mentioned in the press conference, and he always dangles that carrot of a winner stays on mentality. Now, I mean, if you're playing winner stays on, I mean, the last 5 fights have been unbelievable for you, hadn't it? From all the belts you picked up to the IBO World title. It's just about now, I suppose, and it's hard to talk about it without sounding like you're looking past him, because I know you're not doing. This is all hindsight, and if everything goes the way you think it will, the doors it'll unlock. Because when you look at the current division, obviously you've been calling Devin Haney's name for 2 years now, saying, look, if he's struggling, I'll step in. And this is one of them things. He looks now like he's in position to fight Kambosos, because talks with Usyk, and obviously with everything that's going on in Ukraine. But in your mind, would you wish that Usyk would have fought Kambosos? Because then if you get through this weekend and he's still struggling for an opponent, you could go, look, I'm here, are you going to take it?
Well, it looks like with Loma's decision to stay on in Ukraine and fight, respect his decision, 100%. Respect to all them in Ukraine, what they're going through at the minute. So the attention's now switched to Haney. So surely that fight's got to happen. If somehow it doesn't happen, Eddie will know more, because he also looks after Devin, doesn't he? So he'll know if that fight's going to happen. If that doesn't happen, who's the next man? I'm not saying I've not thought about it, because I go on holiday next week, and when I get back off holiday, it's 8 weeks time till that June 5th date, and that is plenty of time for me. There's a gym on holiday, which I've already saw.
Where are you going?
To Greece.
Oh yeah, you've already planned it out then.
Yeah, there's a gym in the hotel, so I don't want to get out of shape, so I'm going to keep training. I'm going to take my gear with me on holiday, keep training, and if this for some reason it falls through, he's got to fight somebody, hasn't he? Like I saw an interview with Kambosos, and he says the date's locked in, the venue's locked in. We just need to sort out the opponent, and I'm surely it's going to happen with him and Devin, but I will be ready.
You think, when we talked about this in the first week of your camp, when I came to the gym, you, Josh, everyone were there, and you were saying at the time, I don't know what's going on. It should be surely an easy fight to make. You've got WBC champion, Kambosos with the rest of the belts, obviously a winner franchise and all that. Why is it not happening? Obviously Loma's name gets put in, but surely now's the time for it to happen, because if not, like I said, whatever happens after that fight, where do you? It's not saying you've got nowhere to go, because you've still got big fights. But what would you be looking at as almost a second prize to getting a title shot? What would sort of tickle you enough to say that's a big enough fight for me to not to get up for, but for keep you going? Yeah,
somebody who I've had my eye on, and we had a recent spat on Twitter a few months ago. Is Francisco Patera, European champion, and he's actually got a good fight coming up soon with Samuel Molina. He's ranked highly with WBO, and I think WBC is ranked with as well. It was before Ryan Walsh was confirmed. I thought, I could do a bit of matchmaking myself here on Twitter. I fancied that fight for years, to be honest. He's a good fighter. You're two or three time European champion. Came over here, was unlucky against Dodd. I think he could have got the decision over Dodd, and he made sure he beat Lewis Ritson well when Ritson was in form of his life. So what did I say to him now? I said something about, I called him boy. I says, come on boy, let's get it on or something.
Channeling you in a James Blunt.
Get your team to contact my team, and they did straight away. His manager, I think, contacted my team, my team, I think, must have already had things in pipeline, and my team turned it down, probably because the Ryan Walsh plans was in motion.
Yeah.
So he called me out on it, saying, my team just contacted your team and they've just turned it down, so don't waste my time, boy. He called me boy back, and I thought, shit, I ain't got a fucking reply for that. He's had one over on me. So then the Ryan Walsh fight got confirmed and signed, so all that, right, attention's got to switch now to Ryan. Let's focus on that. But that's still in the back of my mind, thinking that's a fight that I want, obviously coming through this weekend and making sure everything goes smoothly. He's also got a good fight, so I think it's beginning of April he fights, so with similar times, it might be next week after, so let's get it on in summer. Winner then is ranked higher and should be waiting
for his chance.
And it's keeping busy. It's a good fight, a fight that I'll think, it gives me that fire. Especially what he fucking said on Twitter. So
a boy written in your Crocs.
Definitely. So that potentially is a fight.
Have you got your Crocs sorted for this weekend? I mean, I've got my own opinion on them things, but I mean, they worked for you last time. Have you got your own little personalised ones for and still?
Because you won't have seen them up close and personal, there's 3 dots across top, 4 dots across middle, where you can slot your gems and your letters, and it worked perfectly for my Crocs last time because I could fit and still perfectly across. And new, sorry. But now thinking and still, there's not enough dots. Because if I just put still as 4 letters, I'd get stick for being illiterate, which I am, but I don't want it blatantly obviously out there. And I tried searching for some. I found a place what does personalised like badges. What I could get it writ, but they're in America and it says does not ship to UK. So I think I'm just gonna have to play it. I'm gonna wear them for weigh-in. Probably fight night, but they're just going to be me playing Crocs. Business like, no nonsense Crocs.
Yeah, you're not playing games, are you, this fight? Oh gosh. I think last time we spoke as well, you were talking about Sean Bean would be the guy to play you in a movie. Have you had any second thoughts on that? I know you're a big sort of movie and series watcher. He'd definitely be your choice still?
Yeah, definitely still my choice, yeah. I've got a lot of love for Sean Bean. I remember back in the 90s when Sharp were on telly. I used to watch it. I never really knew what were going on. I used to because it were like in old war times with guns and that. And because I was young, and my mum let me watch it, and I felt a bit of a boyo because he swore in it, didn't he? He used to say bastard a lot. So telling lads at school, mum's let me watch Sean Bean. He says bastard all the time, doesn't he? So I felt cool, and growing up and seeing him in movies that he's in, and he's a proud Yorkshireman. Close to me heart.
I think you've nailed that. Going back to your opponent then, sort of just deviating off topic, Ryan Walsh, what do you think he does well that you've got to be aware of? What's his sort of attributes coming into this fight which you have to be switched on for?
He's a good switch hitter. He's a well-rounded, solid opponent. He was really established, ready for pushing on. I thought he was unlucky not to win European. So we know he's the outright owner of the British title, which is not easy to do. I got a lot of respect for him and the Walsh family. Obviously, I've got the history with Liam. He covers distance well, obviously because his size is a little bit shorter arms, but it makes it work for him. And I'm fully prepared, and we've worked hard on everything that he could possibly do to come and try and upset the apple cart. So we've worked really hard, and we're expecting the best version of him. Lots of stuff coming, so we'll just adjust and adapt on night to what he does.
Have you sort of envisaged how that fight ends? Do you map it out, manifest it? I know a lot of fighters say, look, I've envisaged them when they say I'm still, I knew, or I've envisaged knocking him out, I've envisaged standing on the ropes or outpointing him. Have you seen the moment or how it happens?
Not particularly. Like I said with Straffon, I said if the jab works, I'm happy to out jab him, out box him for 12 rounds just using one hand if I needs to, if it needs to be that simple or however. And similar to this fight, it's sort of every fight I approach. You know, I don't have a set game plan where we say this is what we need to do at this time, this round. But me and Sean always keep it really simple instructions, simple tactics. We take it round by round, and we adjust when we need to. You know, we'll go out round one, do so and so. If this happens, or the fight's going like this, then we'll assess it. I'll give you instruction in between round, and I'll send you out. And obviously, things can happen. You know, I'm well seasoned now, experienced, so things happen in there. You know, I've been fighting and boxing a long time, so I can switch like that, and you just adjust and adapt as you need to do, and just making sure, you know, all I've envisioned is me winning and retaining my title.
Do you think that's a massive strength of yours, the fact that you seem to be able to sort of adjust and adapt on the fly? A lot of fighters go in there with that mindset of, look, this won't go 6 rounds, whereas you're like, if it goes 6, I'll be winning the 6 rounds if it goes far. Whereas if you come out like a bull in a china shop, you'll walk onto someone and I can jab. Is that a massive strength between obviously yours and Sean's relationship? Because since you've been full time with him, there's been a massive change in you, in your performances. Is that just part of it and part of the game that you've learned?
Yes, I think it's a mix of everything. You know, this is my 12th. Is it my 12th? 12, yeah, I think my 12th year now, 12th, 13th year as a professional, so I've picked up plenty of experiences and stuff over years and just become more rounded, more seasoned, more confident. And what Sean's doing, a lot of credit goes to Sean, he's found a way of being able to bring the best out in me. So whatever he does, maybe it's just his laid-back mentality, nothing too complicated, simple instruction. He's just found a way of bringing the best out of me, and you know, it's a great working relationship that we've got.
Absolutely, and long may it continue. Look, Maxi, appreciate your time. Have you got a message for the fans, all the people who've supported you and have followed you as well and jumped on the bandwagon from this recent run you've had? Yeah,
just thank you for all the support. You know, lots of great positive messages and comments. Fans travelling from all over. We've got Kyle Brooks coming all the way from Isle of Wight. I think it's Friday. He wanted to get into the weigh-in, but I think he can't get a ferry in time. But you know, fans from everywhere. So you know, I think Kyle probably the furthest, him and his dad. The massive Leeds fans. So yeah, you know, thank you to all support. Good amount of people coming, so there'll be plenty noisy. So thank you and enjoy the show.
Maxi Hughes, thanks for talking to Into Boxing. Looking forward to Leeds, and we know they'll bring the noise. Appreciate it.
Sound, mate. Cheers.